My wife thought she was about to take half of everything. But 2 weeks before she filed for divorce, I moved first. When she finally opened the papers, she screamed so loud the neighbors came outside. What she didn't know was I had already seen it coming for months. I'm 38. I own a small logistics company that I built from nothing. 10 years ago, I met my wife, Jenna. Back then, I had one beat-up car, debt, and no savings. She believed in me. Or at least, I thought she did. We got married young, struggled together, and over time things changed. The business grew. We moved into a nicer house. Bought newer cars. Started traveling. From the outside, we looked perfect. But the second money came in, so did a different version of her. She stopped asking how I was doing. Started asking how much we made. She became obsessed with appearances. Designer bags. Luxury vacations. Posting fake, perfect life photos online. And if I said no to anything, I was suddenly cheap. That's when I realized she didn't love the life we built. She loved what it looked like. And then I found the message that changed everything. One night, she left her tablet on the kitchen counter. A message popped up from someone named Tasha. It said, "Did you talk to the lawyer yet?" My stomach dropped. I shouldn't have looked, but I did. The messages went back weeks. She was planning a divorce. And not just that, she was bragging about it. She told her friend she'd take the house, get support, and finally be free. Then she wrote something I'll never forget. "He works too much to notice anything." I read that line 10 times. Because the crazy part? I was working extra hours for us. For our future. And she was using that time to plan my downfall. I didn't confront her. I didn't yell. I didn't even let my face change. Instead, I started planning too. Because what I found out next was even worse. Over the next week, I paid attention. Real attention. Late night, girls' trips. Phone always face down. Sudden gym sessions. Secret smiles while texting. Then one Friday, she said she was visiting her cousin. She forgot I knew her cousin was out of town. So I followed her. She drove across town and walked straight into a restaurant with another man. They hugged. Not a friendly hug. A familiar one. Then they sat together for 2 hours. Laughing. Holding hands. Kissing before they left. I sat in my car staring at the windshield. Not because I was shocked. Because suddenly every weird moment from the last year made sense. I could have exploded right there. But anger is expensive. And I needed to think clearly. So I went home and protected myself quietly. What I did next made her entire plan collapse. The next Monday, I met with an attorney. I brought everything. Business records. Messages. Photos. Financial statements. Timeline notes. He looked at me and said, "You're lucky you came now. Turns out, waiting until after someone files can be a huge mistake." So legally and carefully, I started separating what needed protection. I secured business accounts. Updated internal ownership paperwork. Moved personal valuables into storage. Changed access passwords. Cancelled shared cards tied to my business expenses. Documented every major purchase. And most importantly, I stopped funding her fantasy lifestyle. No more random shopping money. No more luxury subscriptions. No more silent leaks. I said nothing. Acted normal. Smiled at dinner. Watched TV beside her. While the clock ticked. Then exactly 2 weeks later, she made her move. She thought she was about to destroy me. Instead, she walked into a trap of her own making. She came home early. Smirking. Holding an envelope. She dropped it on the kitchen table. "I think you should read this. Divorce papers." Then she crossed her arms like she'd won. I opened them slowly. Looked through each page. Then nodded. "Okay, Her smile faded. She expected begging, crying, panic. Instead, I reached into a drawer and handed her another envelope. Inside was my response. Prepared days earlier. Filed through my attorney. With financial disclosures. Evidence of infidelity. Business protections already completed. Requests regarding misuse of funds. She flipped through the pages faster and faster. Then came the line that broke her. The company is not marital property in the way you assumed. She looked up at me, white as a ghost. What did you do? I said. I paid attention. Then she started screaming. Calling me manipulative. Sneaky. Heartless. The neighbors actually looked outside. But the truth was simple. She was furious because her surprise attack failed. But what happened after that was the most satisfying part. The next few weeks were chaos. She suddenly wanted counseling. Then reconciliation. Then, a fresh start. Interesting timing. Especially after learning there wasn't much left for her to take.